Robert Vadhera, India's fastest multi-billionaire. An inside story. Tata took more than a century to reach there. Ambani, even with unlimited political help, took 50 years to become billionaire. But Delhi businessman Robert Vadhera took just less than 10 years to become a multi-billionaire. How? Why Indian newspapers and television channels are scared to discuss this story. Reason is simple: Robert Vadhera not an ordinary Indian businessman. He is in fact third in line to become India's next Prime Minister. Of course, Robert Vadhera is son-in-law of India's power broker Antonio Mano aka Sonia Gandhi. No wonder Indian newspapers and television channels are too scared to discuss this subject. But we live in a free world. Let's freely discuss and applaud phenomenal growth of India's fastest billionaire businessman. Let's start with background of Robert Vadhera from a period before his meeting his golden goose Priyanka. Robert in fact only half Indian. He was born to Rajendra and Maureen Vadhera in 1969. Rajendra Vadhera hails from Uttar Pradesh and Maureen McDonough of Scottish origin. Before entering to India's royal family, Robert Vadhera was running a recycle metal business, in simple terms collecting used industrial waste from companies and resell it. As you could imagine, not a golden egg laying business. It's quite amazing that in next 10 years he grown into multi-billionaire. Robert Vadhera met Priyanka Gandhi at the house of common expatriate friend Ottavio Quattrocchi. Yes, the surprise beau forza scandal middleman Quattrocchi. Robert Vadhera's marriage with Priyanka was in 1997. But it was followed by tragic and suspicious deaths of his brother, sister, and his father in the next decade. He had one brother, Richard Vadhera, who was found dead in September 2003 at his Vasant Vihar residence under very suspicious circumstances. His sister Michelle too had natural death, died in a car accident in 2001. His father Rajendra Vadhera committed suicide on April 2009, under very suspicious circumstances. But the story was not published widely by the Indian media. No one in India wants to bring shame to India's royal family. Recently, Economic Times and other finance newspapers disclosed the business empire Robert Vadhera made in the last 10 years was truly eye-opener. Hotels, planes, bars, antique chains, malls around prime locations in India with help of none other than India's #1 real estate company DLF. Also part ownership in DLF Indian Premier League franchise. Most of independent analysts points these phenomenal growth points only one thing: absolutely and shameful corruption and favoritism to Robert Vadhera, being Sonia Gandhi's son-in-law. Also remember, DLF was a major builder for scandalous Commonwealth Games in Delhi.